Have you ever loved someone so much that even after they're gone, you still hear their voice? For me, that voice belongs to Sofia. She was my everything, my compass, my anchor, my sunshine on a cloudy day. The day I lost her, the world didn't just go grey. It went silent. Or so I thought, because soon after I started hearing her again. A whisper in the quiet of my apartment, a gentle nudge when I was about to give up. Don't forget the parsley aid. You always forget the parsley, she'd say, as I stood blankly in the grocery aisle. It was comforting. It was like she never left. For 2 years, her voice was my constant companion. I lived in our shared memories, wrapped in the warmth of her phantom presence. I'd talk to her, tell her about my day, ask for her advice. It was my way of keeping her alive, of keeping a part of me from shattering completely. I cooked her favorite meals, listened to the songs we danced to, and visited all our special places, with her voice narrating our memories right beside me. It was a beautiful, tragic bubble, and I had no intention of ever leaving it. Then Clara walked into my life. She worked at the local bookstore I started frequenting. She had this laugh that could fill a room and a way of seeing the world that was so new. She'd recommend books she thought I'd like, and we'd end up talking for hours about characters and endings, about life and dreams. She was vibrant and real, and for the first time in a long time, I felt a spark of something other than grief. We started getting coffee, then dinner. With Clara, the world started regaining its color. But with every step I took towards her, Sofia's voice grew louder, more insistent. "She's not me, Adrian," it would whisper when Clara laughed. "Remember our cafe? This place is too loud." The voice that once comforted me now felt like a chain, pulling me back into the past every time I tried to move forward. I was torn. A part of me clung desperately to Sofia's memory, terrified that moving on meant forgetting her, betraying our love. The guilt was overwhelming. How could I even think of loving someone else? It felt like an impossible choice. The conflict in my head became a constant battle. When I was with Clara, I felt a hesitant joy, a glimpse of a future I thought was lost forever. She made me feel alive again. But as soon as I was alone, Sofia's voice would return, filled with a sorrow that mirrored my own. "You're replacing me," it would say, and the words would cut deeper than any knife. I started pulling away from Clara, cancelling plans, drowning myself in old photos and memories where Sofia's voice was the only one I could hear. Clara noticed, of course. She was patient, kind, but I could see the confusion and hurt in her eyes. One evening, she asked me what I was so afraid of. I could not bring myself to tell her the truth, that I was haunted by a ghost I did not want to let go of. My life became a pendulum, swinging between a past that felt safe and a future that felt terrifyingly uncertain. Was it possible to love again without erasing the love that came before? The turning point came on what would have been Sofia's birthday. I was at our favorite spot by the lake, listening to her voice tell me stories about our first date there. I was crying, lost in my grief, when Clara found me. She didn't say much. She just sat beside me, offering a quiet, steady presence. After a while, I finally broke down and told her everything. About Sofia, about the voice, about the crushing guilt. I expected her to leave, to run from the man who was in love with a memory. But she didn't. She just listened. And when I was done, she said something that changed everything. You don't have to forget her to make room for someone new, Adrian. Love isn't a finite resource. It expands. And in that moment, something shifted. I looked at Clara, really looked at her, and realized she wasn't trying to replace Sofia. She was offering me a new chapter. That night, for the first time, I talked back to the voice. As I was getting ready for bed, I heard Sofia's whisper, "She never understand you like I did." I took a deep breath and said, "I know, but you would have wanted me to be happy, Sofia. You would have wanted me to live." There was a silence. A long, profound silence that felt different from all the others. It wasn't empty, it was peaceful. The voice didn't vanish overnight. It's still there sometimes, a soft echo in the back of my mind. But it's different now. It's not a chain anymore. It's a gentle reminder of a beautiful love that shaped me. It doesn't tell me what to do. It just is. And I am learning that it's okay to hold a memory in one hand and reach for a new future with the other. My story with Sofia isn't over. It's just become a part of a larger story, my story. And for the first time, I'm ready to see what the next chapter holds. Thanks for listening. If you've ever dealt with loss, know that you're not alone, and it's okay to find your own way to heal. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories.